the small things I like, it's the little things I want.
Baby, you're just my type when you do those little things. Show me just what you like, I don't need a wedding ring. Flowers are just my vibe, picnics feel like golden spring. Call me to say goodnight, baby, it's those little things. Cruising on your ride, stargazing in July. It's the little things I like. Give me it, give me it, give me it now. When you walk so shy, small kisses on my mind. It's the little things I like. Give me your, give me your, give me your love.
Small things I like, it's the little things I want. It's the small things I like.
Greetings from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Today is Thursday, November the 14th, 2024. The time is just shortly after 3 o'clock p.m. You guys, I am in the kitchen. I just turned off my baked pork chops, and I have a taste for, at first I was going to do like, some smothered potatoes with onions, but come to think of it, I have a taste for rice and potatoes. So I'm going to do something different today, and I want to share it with you all what I'm about to do. Right here I have the Best Choice brands of gold potatoes. This is 5-pound bag of the gold, and I like to try to get product information. This is a product distributed by Associated Wholesale Grocers and Company that are located in Kansas City, Kansas. And so today I'll be working with, instead of the russet, it's still a type of russet potatoes, but these are the gold ones, as you can see. And so I'll be using some of these. And I also will be taking this new bag of Basmati rice and opening it to create a delicious stir-fried rice, but I want fried potatoes in them, so here goes. So I'm going to set this here. Y'all, let me get my oven towel here. You all, the pork chops is just already, they're right here. And so these are seasoned. You can see there's some liquid in here, and I kind of wrapped them in the foil. See how pretty they are? And so I can just leave these in here. The oven is no longer hot. Sometimes the oven will continue to bake. And so I took these out, but I'm going to actually put them back in the fridge because I don't need to put barbecue sauce on these. These are seasoned well. The pork chops are seasoned well. Sometimes I do put barbecue sauce on them. And I do have Kraft sweet and spicy barbecue sauce. They're in a new label here. And I also have the hickory barbecue sauce, but I won't be using barbecue sauce on the pork chops this time. Before I begin peeling the potatoes, I just want to show you what I used on the pork chops. I kept it plain and simple. I seared the pork chops in a small amount of shortening that had been already used and basically cooking oil. And I seasoned the pork chops with Creole seasoning, a little bit of chili powder, and a little onion powder, and Italian seasoning. I don't think I used any garlic powder this time around, but and then I put them in the foil aluminum, and I baked the pork chops at 300 degrees because they're already thawed out at 350 degrees, and flip them over, and that's that. And so let me get started. Okay, before I begin peeling up some potatoes, I have the California style vegetable mix here. It contains broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. I don't think I want this in my basmati stir-fry rice. But I mean, I would like the carrots in it, so I'm going to put this one back in the freezer. Okay, this is the California style vegetable mix that contains broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. Here I have the frozen peas and carrots. It's always a winner for me. So what I'm going to do is, let's see how much I have left here from the last time I cooked. Oh yeah, I've got enough. So I'm going to keep this one out, and I'm going to put this one back in the fridge. So what I'm going to do is have vegetables in the rice and with potatoes, okay? This is going to be a different type of stir-fry rice. So as I put this back in the freezer, I also have some soy sauce. Okay, you all, I have a saucepan here, and I'm just going to take some Wesson canola oil. You can use peanut oil, vegetable oil, olive oil, whatever oil you have on hand. Today I will be using Wesson canola oil, because with Wesson you know you're frying or cooking right. And Wesson is a product of Memphis, it looks like. And let's see if we can get any product information on the Wesson cooking oil. It's right here. So it's a product of Memphis, Tennessee, and I believe the company name is Richardson. And for more information, go to purewesson.com regarding their product. Okay, so I'm just kind of, without hesitation. And by the way, you can see that this is the 24-ounce bottle, and it is also equivalent to 1.5 pints or 710 milligrams. So so I have my skillet heating, and I'm going to take a little bit of this Wesson oil and pour it in here. Alright, it's not going to take much for what I'm about to do. So I'm just going to set this to the side. Let's put the lid back on her. And I am going to dice up some onions. I have some here. It's going to be enough for what I need. So let me open this and cut it up. Be right back. Okay, and so what I'm doing is just cutting up some onions here. And eventually I'll get a camera tripod. So let me just go ahead and finish cutting this onion up. Okay, I'm gonna hold off on putting the onions in here. But I do have some cut up for now for starters. But the reason why I have this cooking oil on, and I'm actually gonna I just turned the cooking oil off right here, is because I need to go ahead and peel several potatoes and get them stir fried. I mean, like skillet fried. I'm gonna cube them. Let's see. Oh look, some of these are beginning to sprout here, but they still should be good. This looks good, by the way, other than the sprouts, which is normal for a potato to sprout. So for what I am preparing, I want to use at least 3 of these potatoes here. So it's going to be potatoes diced in with the basmati rice and the peas and carrots, similar to a fried rice. So let me peel this and I'll be right back. And again, I am working with the new, or actually not even new potatoes, the gold potatoes. New would be the potatoes that are in the can that you use for pot roast. So I've peeled 1 gold potato, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've peeled 2, and I have just 1 more. And I'm actually going to dice them up. So I'll be right back. Okay, you all, I have diced up the potatoes, and without further ado, I will be putting them in the skillet to fry on both sides. And then I will also, I've started a skillet back here to go ahead and get the basmati rice going. So before I get the basmati rice going, let's go ahead and put the potatoes in. So I have them all diced up. I'm just going to put them all in here, okay? And for flavor, I want to make sure each element, each layer of the dish is seasoned. So I want to sprinkle a little bit of this Tony's Creole seasoning here on the potatoes. Again, I'm using the gold potatoes for this dish. You can use any potato, russet, red potatoes. All right, well, it's well seasoned. And just move her around. I do want them to get slightly browned. If you need to add additional oil, you can. But at this point, I'm just going to cover her up and let the steam kind of help to make it tender. And then right here in this small skillet, I want to go ahead and start the basmati rice. I'll be using 2 different onions for this dish, so come along with me while I find my green onion here. Oh, those are really good. Grand's flaky, Pillsbury Grand's flaky biscuit. That would be good with honey. But I am looking for, let's see, I should have some onions in here, that's for sure. These are pretty good. A little tropical punch. Tampico. It has a strong pineapple flavor. That's what I like about it. And cherry. So here's the green onions. And I want my dish to taste well. So some may be apprehensive about this, but I'm going to add a little bit of the sweet cream unsalted butter in the skillet for the basmati rice. I'm from the South, so we like our foods to taste well. So I'm just going to take a little pat of this butter, also known as zepta in Arabic, and put it in the skillet. Wished I had a cameraman. There. Now I don't want that to burn, so without hesitation, let's get the rice in quickly. It should be 1 cup measurement. I actually turned the butter off so that it doesn't burn. So, let me just make some room here to pour the basmati rice in here. So, I'm going to use 1 whole cup of basmati rice. This is the 2-pound bag. I ran out of the other. And basmati rice is universal. It's commonly used like in countries like Pakistan, where they use it to make a delicious chicken biryani. This rice is different from your regular long grain white rice. Let's pour some more. This is a 1 cup measurement. Here I have 1 cup of Basmati rice. Well, I spilled a little bit. Okay, here goes. I did turn the Zepta off, the butter, to prevent it from burning. Now, typically you would not use butter, but because, again, as I stated before, I'm from the South, and this is something that I do with pretty much all of my rice. It's always sauteed in a little bit of pure unsalted butter. So I get the fire back going on that. And then I'm going to just fry it, stir fry it a little bit and move it around in the butter. And so, and also, as I stated before, I'll be using 2 different onions. I have the white onions, and then I have the green onions. And this part would be known as the chive of the onion. So, yeah. Let's take a look at the potatoes here. Okay. So the potatoes is cooking well. Let me look at the temperature here on it. So you just want to move it around. The ideal, I just had them covered, and the only thing I have in here is cooking oil. Potatoes make their own liquid, their own water. So once they get tender, and the only thing I have in here is a little bit of the Creole seasoning for flavor, and Wesson cooking oil, canola oil. And so once these potatoes get tender, I will remove the lid and let them fry until they become a golden brown. This is going to be incorporated into the rice dish that I am making, skillet fried rice, or also stir-fried rice. So let me go ahead and cover this up. Look, it's cooking nicely. And doing it this way, it's kind of like pressure cooking it. By me not adding any water to it, and it's going to be like cube fried potatoes. The flavors will be like compressed down in there by not adding any water. Just make it so much tastier. Okay, again, adding butter is not necessary, but this is what I do with pretty much almost all of my rice before I add in, any water to it. I like to saute it in a little bit of pure butter. It just makes the whole, it transforms the flavor of the rice so that each grain of rice isn't just a boring old rice. You can taste the flavor. But I'm gonna do a lot more to this rice than butter, but this is a key element for me. Okay, I'm gonna let it saute for about a minute and a half more, and then I will add 2 cups of water. Be right back. So I did turn the heat up a little bit on here, and I'm gonna get ready to go ahead and put in 2 cups of water. So when you're doing this, you don't want it to burn. It's okay if you get a little bit of brown, like I just saw some turn brown. When you see that, immediately slow down the browning process and add your water. It's browning. You want to go ahead and put that water in there because you don't want it to burn. That's 1 cup, and now 2. I'm just going to put it in here and then come back and turn off the water. Okay, so this is 2 cups of water. So I use 1 whole cup of basmati rice and 2 cups of water. This is 1 cup measurement. Let's get this water turned off, you guys. Does anybody know the spiritual meaning of spilling rice? But I did this by mistake. Okay, you all. Oh, wow. Guess what? I was not supposed to use 2 cups of water. I need to take out a half a cup and replace it with soy sauce. One moment. Okay, y'all, here goes. I'm glad I caught it before it really started boiling and everything. So I need to scoop out. Hold on, one moment. Let me move this lid back here with the potatoes. Okay, y'all, this is a half a cup measurement. You see this? I'm gonna pour it out. All right, I'm gonna discard this half a cup of water. Right there. And now I'm going to replace it with soy sauce. This is very important that you add. It is very important that you add the soy sauce with the rice and liquid. All right. So here I have all-purpose soy sauce seasoning. And this is the product information. You know, they have all kinds. This is the store brand. But they do have like Kiko Man and other brands. And so right now, without further ado, y'all just bear with me here. I have limited space. And so you just want to go in with the soy sauce. This is a dark soy sauce, by the way. This is the one you need for the type of fried rice that I'm using. It creates a unique flavor. Okay. All right, you all. All right. Okay. And so, without further ado, it actually could use a little bit more soy sauce, but this is almost a half a cup, and I'm gonna like just sprinkle a little bit more in there. So you want to make sure you do 1.5 cup of water and then a half a cup of the soy sauce, and it's going to cook. The rice is going to cook in the soy sauce. At this point, I'm going to add my other flavors for like salt. I will be using, instead of regular salt, I will be using bouillon. Okay, here I have Maggi chicken flavor. You can decide if you want your dish to taste, you know, with the chicken flavor, or you can use shrimp flavor, or you can use beef. Even though this is not a beef dish, it makes a nice overall taste and flavor. So I have to make up my mind quickly as to which salt product I would like to use for the in the water. So I can use beef or chicken. I believe I'm gonna go with Knorr beef, even though it's not a beef dish, but just because I like the flavor. Or how about I kick it up a notch, since I'm not sure, and use both bouillons, a little bit of both. Okay, so first I'm going to use a little bit, well, you know what? I'll use a little bit of the chicken first. And I'm just going to sprinkle some in here. Okay, you don't want it to be salty. See how much I put in here? Just a little bit of the chicken flavor. This stuff is salty, so be careful. And now I will add a little bit of the beef flavored Noor bouillon, so that I don't make it over salted. I'm just going to pour a little bit, not even a lot, just a little bit right here into the rice. You see that? Let's break that up a little bit, or break up on its own. Look. There. Now I'm going to give it a stir. If you're not sure about how much salt to use or bouillon, at this point when you put it in, you actually can taste the broth. And if it tastes watery, then go right ahead and add additional seasoning. Y'all, I have a problem that's super salty. I have to take out 1 cup of water and 1 cup of this liquor and replace it with water, because apparently the soy sauce contains sodium. So this is where you want to correct your adjustments. Do it right now. 1 moment. Just like before, I strongly encourage you to be careful with the salts. One moment while I scoop this out. Y'all, mishaps can happen. So what I have done is took out this amount of liquid. It is salty, so be careful to avoid salt, okay, to over salting your stuff. So I'm going to pour this out. Some of the rice grounds did get in here, and I will be putting them back into the pot. And now I'm going to use just plain water. Plain water. If it had cooked all the way, I would have been disappointed. It would have been too salty. Yeah, I would have been disappointed. It would have been too salty, you guys. So this is plain water going back into the basmati rice. Now I'm going to taste it again to adjust the seasonings. It has some salt, but it's not over salted. But I do need to add some soy sauce. Now, you want to taste it again. A little bit spilled there. I'll get that up here in a little bit once it cools off. Okay, that's better. Going to put the lid on her and let her cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to bring her to a boil and then I'll turn her down. Let's take a look at the potatoes here. Okay, so that lid did fall. Alright, now, you see how this is beginning to turn golden brown? This is what you want. and they should be tender enough. So at this point, I'm gonna let these potatoes cook and continue to brown without the lid on her. The reason why I put the lid on her is so that the natural waters that is found in potatoes could steam these up to where they no longer will be too firm. Yeah, see how that I was able to pierce that? So now at this point, it's safe to keep the lid off and just move it around and move the potatoes around until they're partially golden brown. Some of them have already begun to brown. You see that? And again, this is going to be stir-fried rice with potatoes, diced potatoes in it. And typically, stir-fried rice would not have potatoes in it, but I'm from the South and I have a taste for potatoes and rice, so this is my version of stir-fried rice. Just want to continue to stir and move the potatoes around. You see how pretty this is? Just about there. I'm actually going to put the lid back on her. Some of the bigger ones, it's a little, I don't have to put the lid on it, but I'm going to. Because some of the bigger potatoes pieces are a little bit firm. I mean, you want them to be firm, but not too firm. So, and then let's take a look at the rice back here. All right, and it doesn't take basmati rice too long to cook. Some people may not stir theirs, but I'm stirring mine. I took the rice that had spilled and I just threw them in here. I guess it didn't want to be a part of this party, but I put them in here anyway, so. Alrighty then. Let's put the lid on it tight so they can get tender. So the rice, the basmati rice can get tender. Yeah, you don't want this rice to burn. So I can smell it already. You see how quick that liquid cooked out of the rice? And it didn't even take a full 20 minutes. So at this point, you want to check it for tenderness. You see how pretty this basmati rice is with the soy sauce in it? And I did saute it in a little bit of butter. So at this point, what I'm trying to do is feel for, oh, that's hot, for tenderness. So what I'm going to do is maybe add a little bit of water, maybe a small amount, but this is the consistency you want for what I'm going to do. I don't really have to add any additional water. It's optional. What I'm going to do is turn the pot off, put the lid on her, and let her sit. So if there's any rice that is not tender enough, that it'll be tender by the time I use it for a fry. In one moment, I have placed a lid on the basmati rice and I'm going to let her sit. She looks beautiful. I have turned the fire off on it and I am going to dice up one stalk of green onion, and I'll be right back and we'll get ready to put all of this together. I have also turned off the pot on the potatoes. It's okay if all of them don't get golden brown, but you can see that some of them are brown and they are soft to the touch. So in just a minute, I'll be putting all of this together to make a delicious stir fry. So let me go ahead and cut up the green onion here. I just can't stand for the stove to get too dirty. It's very hot, but I can at least try to wipe some of it with the sponge here. Again, I'll be using 2 different types of onions. You can use yellow, red, whatever type of onions you have. This is what I have for this fried rice dish. Yeah, one day I will get a tripod or a cameraman or both, where I will be able to show you all how, and you know, I chop up my veggies and how I cut meats and other things. So here goes. I've diced up the green onion. There's the white onion. And let me get ready to put her all together here. This is the second half of the clip of the fried rice and pork chops, oven baked pork chops. Actually stir-fried rice. This is my version. Y'all, I pulled out my wok. I'm cleaning it. Where's my other sponge? One moment. And by the way, this is the second half of the video. Today is Thursday, and it is November the 14th, 2024. And the time is 4:41 p.m. I am in Jacksonville, Arkansas, you guys. So I just want to clean this up. And this is what you typically would stir fry your dish in a wok. Okay? And so this, I just want to give it a good cleanse here. And then I'm gonna put everything together for you. The basmati rice, the potatoes, the onions, the vegetables. I think that's going to be clean enough, you guys. It was already clean, but you know, it just had been sitting and had a bit of washing powder residue in it. So let me get this pat dry. One moment. One moment. I'll be right back while I pat this wok dry, you guys. Okay, let's get the oven up and going here. Or not the oven, Lord have mercy, the stove. Let's get this on medium-high heat. And it's gonna let her get hot. Y'all, I did go ahead and take the California style vegetable mix, broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots back out of the freezer, and I'm just gonna cut it right here. I believe that since I'm using these potatoes here, I believe that this cauliflower blend might be a good match with the potatoes and the broccoli. Let's see how that goes. And then while this wok is heating up, I'm going to go ahead and add some, before I use Wesson oil, I do have a little bit of vegetable oil, but it doesn't matter. I do like the taste that vegetable oil give a dish, and I do have a little bit of that vegetable oil in here. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that vegetable oil in here, and I might mix it with canola oil. It may or may not be necessary. This is just simply for frying of the onions and vegetables, okay? So I want to start out with a little bit of vegetable oil there, and then, ooh, that's hot already. It doesn't take a long time to heat up. So, let me see, that onion went in there. Rinse that one off. And then, let's just go ahead and use this diced onions. Let's put it in the wok here. I'm going in with the white onions first. Here's the one I rinsed off. Okay, and then I'm going to actually turn this down a bit. It doesn't take much heat on the wok. A wok concentrate heat and circulate it quite quickly. That's why the chefs are always picking the stuff up off the wok and stirring it around, because it'll cook super fast. And so, as I push this onion over here on this side, I want to go ahead and pour in the frozen veggies. Now, the peas and carrots are going to be completely thawed out, but let's go ahead and do the California style vegetable mix, broccoli and cauliflower carrot blend. Y'all, right here it says steamable, microwavable, stovetop, because they have ice crystals in it. Follow me while I quickly nuke them in the microwave. Why am I seeing orbs? I know that's not smoke. And while the vegetables are nuking in the microwave, I'm going to go ahead and add in the peas and carrots. They've been out long enough to thaw out. You can just add as much as you like. These are handy. This is found in your grocery freezer. Let me put them back in the freezer. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the heat back up on this to medium. I want to get the onions, some of them getting brown. That's what you want them to do. All of them may not get brown, but that really helps the flavor. Just one moment. There goes the microwave. Have you all tried these hot and spicy shrimp flavor cup of noodle soup? They're pretty good. I actually add a little extra stuff to mine, like dehydrated onion and a little basil and cooking oil, which really brings the flavors together. Okay, now back to the microwave. Whoa, that's hot. Maybe it didn't need 3 minutes. Let me carefully remove this. Oh, that looks beautiful. What do you think, guys? So now let's go ahead and add it to the other vegetables. So far I have the peas and carrot blend. Now I'm putting in the white cauliflower and carrots and broccoli blend. It doesn't have to be a lot, just to your liking, whatever you like. If you like heat to your rice at this point, you can add your red pepper flakes or whatever peppers you like, jalapeno, which I don't recommend it, but it's up to you. This is my version of fried rice. So I am incorporating all of these ingredients. After I fry this for about 1 minute, I will go ahead and put the rice in and then the potatoes. Just to make sure that they get that onion and cooking oil flavor in them, okay? I actually can add the potatoes last, so I don't want them to break up, okay? So I made room here for the rice. At this point, because you want your rice to not be boring and to have flavor, I just push my vegetables around to the edges there. And I'm going to make room for a little bit of Wesson canola oil. I'm going to pour it right here in the center of the wok. Right there. There's a reason why I'm doing this. Don't panic. Okay? And also, I'm going to push a little bit of the white onions back in there because I want the onions to season this canola oil that will be used in the rice here in just a second. I'm going to put the white onion there that didn't get brown just yet. There's the one that's brown. Let's push that to the side. It doesn't need to get any more browner. So let's go here on the edge and let's just push all of this in. Let all of it do what it do, and then I'm going to go in with the rice. What I'm going to do here, you see that oil there on the side and on this side? Without hesitation, I'm going to go ahead and put in the basmati rice. This is going to make it more flavorful. Remember in part 1 I showed you how. See how that molded itself after sitting? Remember I showed you how, now get this scraped out, just one moment. And so I showed you how to, add the soy sauce to the basmati rice, but be careful, you don't really need salt of any kind, and because the soy sauce has salt already. So here is the basmati rice that has been cooked in soy sauce. And I do have the new potatoes over there. So I want to just break this up. And before I break it up all the way, I want to go ahead and put in the chives, the green onions. That's going to really kick it up a notch. And so, we're going to fry this. I'm frying this in the wok. Again, this is my version of fried rice. After this fry for about 3 minutes, I'll go ahead and add the potatoes. And of course the potatoes is right here. You guys, Cash Saver Edward have bags of like sweet and sour chicken and orange chicken. I have made the orange chicken before where you fry it in some cooking oil. and then you add the orange flavor, which is like a sweet and sour sauce. And this is a perfect complement to the sweet and sour chicken or orange chicken. You know, the same way as if you were going to a China house or Mediterranean restaurant. This is what they do, you know, give or take. They may add a little something extra to theirs, but this is pretty much the basis of your fried rice. Also, if I want to kick it up a notch, you guys, what they do extra is take a couple of eggs and they'll push this over and put some eggs in here and fry it and then incorporate it. That's the only difference. Now for this one, I will not be adding any eggs because those eggs have been in my fridge for quite some time. I'll only use them for like baking a cornbread or something. And when they were delivered to me, they kind of had like a smell to them. They looked good, but not good for eating, okay? So you want to make sure your eggs are fresh if you're going to be adding eggs to your fried rice. Now, let's go ahead and toss in the potatoes. Typically, fried rice would not have potatoes in them, but because I have a taste for potatoes and rice, similar to like a rice-a-roni, like beef flavored rice-a-roni, I decided to, you know, just go on and dice up some potatoes, set them aside, and then just bring the whole dish together. So there I have a bite of rice that's very flavorful with the onions and soy sauce in there that's been cooked in the rice, and I've got some broccoli and cauliflower, carrots and potatoes. So y'all, this is going to complete my video. Next, let me take out the pork chops. Y'all, I don't know what happened with this cut of pork chops, but these are very thin. Usually Cash Saver Edwards pork chops be cut medium. You can buy thin cut pork chops, but these jokers came out thin. So see how thin that is? So it's supposed to be medium. That's the way that they cut them. They don't make them medium or thin, you know, at Cash Savers like they do at Walmart. So here goes, you guys. I'm done with this video, and I thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you don't have to buy the sweet and sour chicken kit. You can actually take your favorite cuts of chicken meat and fry them yourself, and then slightly fry them or boil them, and then dip them into a tempura batter. You can find the tempura batter. If Walmart doesn't have it, you can find it at Sam's Oriental in Little Rock, Arkansas, and you can make that tempura batter on your own chicken and shrimp, and then you will take the sweet and sour sauce and you would pour it in there or over it, or the orange sauce, and then you will have your own Chinese takeout foods, okay? So you guys, you know, I really don't have a big taste for pork chops, but you know, we'll see. Hopefully this will be good because I did season them well and put in some Italian seasoning. So I hope that you guys find this video useful and the tip useful on blending soy sauce with basmati rice. And this is no ordinary fried rice. This one has potatoes. With that note, you guys, I'm out. Greetings from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Today is Thursday, November the 14th, 2024. And y'all, this is going to be the third and final clip of the video. I thought it wouldn't be fair if I did not tell you guys how delicious this fried rice tastes. And this is no ordinary fried rice. This fried rice contains potatoes, and it has no eggs in it. Traditional fried rice would have fried eggs in it. I did not use any eggs in this one, but I highly recommend that you try this and that you will love it, whether you're a vegetarian, vegan, or even a meat eater. I'm not going to eat the pork chops just yet because I'm not pleased with the thinness of that. Now, I have purchased thin cut pork chops from Walmart before, but this was purchased from Cash Savers, and their pork chops are not usually cut that thin, and you know. And so, but I recommend that you pair this item up not with pork chops, but with a like a orange chicken or a sweet and sour chicken. You can, you know, make your own, or you can buy the kit from like Cash Saver Edwards, like the orange chicken or kit, or you can just take your own pieces of chicken and fry them and dip them in this tempered batter, and then after you fry them to a golden crisp and they're done, then you would pour the sweet and sour sauce over them, or orange sauce, to create that delicious taste that you will find from your Chinese Hunan restaurant, or your Mandarin restaurant, or even just whatever, your China Walk. I don't even know if the China Walk is even open here in Jacksonville, Arkansas. But you all, I thought it wouldn't be fair if I didn't tell you how it turned out. So I know that if I had put the clips up, you'd have been like, how did it taste? So I highly recommend this. And I'm going to taste it off camera. Y'all, it's so flavorful. The very fact that I used 2 different onions, the taste is not overpowerful. It's very pleasant. Now you can use this with a flatbread, like a baladi aish, or a roti, or for Americanas, you can pair this up with, like, you know, bake some Pillsbury Grands biscuits, or you can even use just a regular biscuits here. These little ones here, I used some in a dumpling before, but they're good too. And if you use the biscuits, you can go in with some honey. This is really good stuff, this honey here, with fresh biscuits that are hot out of the oven with butter brushed over them. Of course, I can make homemade biscuits, but I do recommend that you use, if you're going to use the canned ones, Pillsbury or even the other kind, because you know, if you do homemade biscuits, it's going to give you a different texture from the one that you get in the can, okay? So this pairs up well with the canned biscuits, you know, that you buy from your grocery cooler. And if you don't want the honey, you can try your syrup or strawberry fruit spread. And if you don't have this one, grape jam works well as, you know, just whatever you prefer as a sweetener. You can even try like apricot preserves. That will go well as, you know, with your biscuits. Y'all, I challenge you to try this blend. Look at the potatoes, the carrots, and then over here I have a pea. And in the midst of all of that, I have the delicious onions. And there's some cauliflower too. Look. There's the white cauliflower. There's some here on, look. But anyways, just try this and tell me what you think. Y'all, I'm going to finish this up because it's so delicious. I hope you find this video useful and the cooking tips useful. And, you know, some of the foods that you buy out now, it doesn't taste as good as it used to. So you can really make your own fried rice. And this one contains no eggs, and it's absolutely delicious. So give it a try, and don't forget to pick up some soy sauce. This is the dark soy sauce. They normally are dark unless it says light soy sauce. It will be dark, okay? So with that note, you guys, I am out, and I just want to show you some of the product information on the soy sauce. You can see it contains salt and sodium, so you don't even need to use bouillon. That's optional. You don't want your dish too salty. I'm glad I was able to correct it and remove a cup of the water or liquid and added 1 cup of water, and it turned out to be a delicious dish. I'm gonna finish eating. And now on this note, I'm truly out, and I thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Y'all, This is truly going to be the last and final clip. I believe this is going to be the 4th clip on this Thursday, November the 14th, 2024. Y'all, this is just a quick recommendation that if you don't feel like baking biscuits, y'all, whether it be canned biscuits or homemade, and if you don't feel like making like a roti flatbread or a baladi aish bread, which is an Egyptian bread, that's a flatbread. It's very delicious. It goes with anything that you serve, you know. It really helps to have like the Sara Lee sweet Hawaiian rolls on deck, you know. And so if you have this, y'all, and look at this, these are the sweet rolls. They're very sweet, as everything in Hawaii is sweet, right? Even though I'm in Jacksonville, Arkansas. So I just thought I would just add this clip as a recommendation. Now, this rice, I have already took the rice out of the wok and put them in separate freezer bags and only left a small amount out. I've transported to a smaller pan. Y'all, this rice was so delicious that I removed it from the wok, and I'm actually in the process of washing the wok. And once it is clean, I will dry it and put it away. And this is what's left here. This is what I left and that I transported into the smaller saucepan, into the smaller pot. Y'all, I recommend that you see how much rice I got after just using only 1 cup of Basmati rice. And then when you add your vegetables, it really creates a lot of fried rice. So in order to have this stuff ready for a later date, I recommend that you have freezer bags. Gallon size freezer bags. Actually, it don't have to be gallon size. It can be quart size, half a gallon, whatever you have. Take them out and put it in, you know, like enough to serve to 2 to 3 people, and or even 1 serving, depending on how many people you have. And so that when you freeze it in your freezer, I'm talking about freezing it, you know, up there in the top part of the freezer, not the bottom, so that it can remain its freshness and taste. And when you get ready to have a taste for something that tastes similar to like a rice and roni or something, you'll have your delicious homemade fried rice without the eggs, okay, and the potatoes in it, and cauliflower and peas and carrots, and 2 different blends of onions, green and white. And let us not forget the sweet peas that is in here, and broccoli. You guys, this is absolutely delicious. So I had to put some of this away so that none of this delicious food go to waste. I recommend that this will go very well with like oven baked chicken, whether it be chicken breast or chicken legs or chicken thighs, chicken wings. What I've found is that it's very hard to find quality chicken legs now. And wings usually be a to go to, but there's no guaranteed on the wings either. So I recommend like chicken tenders or chicken breast, oven baked, and maybe like a honey glazed chicken. That would be really good. But whatever you decide to pair this delicious fried rice up with, and I'm only giving you tip ideals, don't forget to always pick up like, you know, some breads that you can just rock with. And so, you know, if you just take out one of these delicious rolls and eat them like by themselves or with a couple of pieces of fried chicken and stuff, you know, I'm from the South, you know, I know how to hook it up. And so you will, you know, win every time. It'll be a home run, whatever you choose to pair it up with. So you guys, this is just a recommendation. You don't have to do the biscuits. You can do these sweet Hawaiian rolls, and that'll do the trick as well if you're not up to baking or cooking flatbreads and stuff of that nature. So with that note, I'm truly out. And I thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.